Hello everyone. We know that integers, terminating decimals, non-terminating decimals are called as rational numbers because we can write them as ratio of integers. So we can easily identify integers because they are not decimals. So here 3, -5 and 9, they are all integers. Also we know that root of 4 can be written as 2 and also root 16 can be written as 4. Hence root of 4 and root of 16 are also integers. Hence, root of 4 that is equal to 2 and root of 16 which is equal to 9, they are also called as integers. Now, if we talk about terminating decimals, we can say that 1.5 is terminating and it is terminating at 5. It can be represented as 3 by 2, and similarly the decimal 0.375 terminates at 5 and it can be written as 3 by 8. And hence 1.5 equal to 3 by 2 and 0.375 which is equal to 3 by 8, they are called as terminating decimals. Then if we talk about non-terminating or repeating decimals, now here we can say that the decimal 0.1111, this is non-terminating and it is also repeating 1 which is equal to 1 by 9. Similarly, we can say that 0.66666 is also non-terminating with a repetition of digit 6 which is equal to 8 by 3 is also non-terminating, and hence here the decimal 0.1111 and so on equal to 1 by 9 and 0.66666 equal to 8 by 3 are non-terminating decimals. We call this as non-terminating repeating decimals. So here we have distinguished between integers, terminating decimals and non-terminating repeating decimals. We can also see here that there are some numbers which are unused. We also know that we cannot find the value of root 3 easily. In case of root 4, we are able to find out the answer as 2 because 2 into 2 is equal to 4. In case of root of 3, we don't know what time of itself will give the value of 3. However, using a calculator, we can find the value of root 3. And the value of root 3 on a calculator will be equal to 1.73205080 and so on. Similarly, on a calculator, the value of root of 5 will be equal to 2.236067377 and so on. Similarly, we can also find the value of root 6 which is equal to 2.44948974 and so on. So now if we see root of 3, it is a non-terminating decimal and we see that decimal numbers does not repeat. And similarly, root of 5 also is a non-terminating decimal where the decimal numbers do not repeat. And if we talk about the number 3.1415926535, this is the value of the famous quantum number pi. So here also we can see that this is a non-terminating decimal with all different values. So here we can conclude that the values root of 3, root of 5, the value 3.14159266 that is pi, root 6 and root 7 which is equal to 2.6157513 etc. They are all not integers and also they are non-terminating and non-repeating decimals. This means that they are not rational numbers as we cannot represent it in correct ratio, and hence we call them as irrational numbers. So note that irrational numbers cannot be written as ratio of integers. They are non-terminating and non-repeating decimals. So we have to note that square root numbers are both rational and irrational. Just like we saw here, root of 4 and root of 16 are integers, that is rational numbers. But root 3, root 5, root 6, root 7 are all irrational numbers. And by using calculator, we can easily identify that square roots are either rational numbers or irrational numbers. Say if we want to know whether root of 2 is rational or irrational, if we just take out calculator and find root of 2, it is equal to, the value is 1.4142135631 and so on. Hence, root of 2 is an irrational number because value of root 2 is non-terminating and non-repeating. So this is one of the way of identifying a real number as rational number or irrational number. But suppose we don't know what root 2 is and also we don't have calculator. So how can we know that root 2 is a rational number or irrational number? So here root 2 can be a rational number or it can be an irrational number. So let us assume that root 2 is a rational number. By definition, we know that rational number is a number which can be written as a ratio of two integers. So here we can write root 2 as ratio of a upon b, where a and b are both are integers. We also know that a ratio of 1 or more than 1 form a divisor. For example, 15 by 30 is also a rational number, that is ratio of two integers, but they share more than one common divisors. So in the denominator, 30 can be 1, 3, 5 and 15. These are the common divisors of both numbers 15 and 30. This means that the numbers 15 and 30 both can be divided by the numbers 1, 3, 5 and 15. Whereas if you see the number 13 by 7, they have no common divisors except the number 1. So here we say that 1 is the only common divisor of 13 and 7. By this we know that a rational number can have 1 or more than one common divisor. Here also let us assume that the ratio a by b has only one common divisor, that is 1. So note that here we have assumed that a and b has only one number 1 as the common divisor, just to check whether our assumption is correct or not. That is, whether root 2 is really a rational number. That is, in the process, if I can find out one more common divisor, then root 2 won't be a rational number. So here in this formula, say if I want to remove this square root and shift it on the right side. So here root 2 square is equal to a upon b whole square, which further implies that 2 is equal to a square divided by b square. So to know here, if we multiply b square on both that side, that is 2 into b square, a square by b square into b square, we now get 2 into b square is equal to a square. We know that b is an integer and hence b square is also an integer. So this means that 2 into b square is now divisible by 2. And also, since 2 into b square is equal to a square, so we can say that a square is also divisible by 2. Since a square is divisible by 2, a is also divisible by 2. So here we can say that b square is not divisible by 2, but since it is divided by 2, we can say that 2b square is divisible by 2. And so a is divisible by 2. And note that here we have got a is divisible by 2. And this will be very useful in proving this. So taking that, let us find out whether b is also divisible by 2. Since a is divisible by 2, a should be some multiple of 2. That is, a should be 2 into multiplication of some integer. And let us represent this some integer by the alphabet c. And hence, we can write a is equal to 2 into c. And since we have to get b also divisible by 2, and since we already have the equation here 2 into b square is equal to a square, so now let's put the value of a 2 into c in the equation 2 into b square is equal to a square. And therefore we get 2 into b square is equal to a square. So in place of a, we will replace it by 2 into c. So we take 2 into c here, and since it is a square, it is square of 2 into c. So when we open this bracket, we get 2b square is equal to 4c square. Just for simplification, divide both by 2. So on simplification, we get here b square is equal to 2 into c square. So by the same logic that we used in 2 into b square is equal to a square, here also we can say that since c is some integer, we can say that c square is integer and 2 into c square is also integer. So we can say that 2 into c square is divisible by 2, and since b square is equal to 2, and since b square is divisible by 2, and since b square is equal to 2 into c square, b square is also divisible by 2, and therefore b is divisible by 2. So we can observe here, earlier we got a is divisible by 2, and just now we have proved that b is also divisible by 2. So if we combine this statement, then we can say that a and b both are divisible by 2. So this means 2 is a common divisor for a and b. But you can see that initially when we assume that root of 2 is rational number, we also assume that a and b has only one number as a common divisor. But just now we have got that 2 is a common divisor of a and b. Hence this statement 2 is a common divisor of a and b. This statement is a contradiction to our assumption that a and b have only number 1 as common divisor. And therefore we can prove that root 2 is not a rational number. And now we say that root 2 is a irrational number. So if you don't have calculator, this is the way to prove that the given number is an irrational number. And similarly, we can prove that root 3, root 5, root 6, etc. are all irrational numbers. So now let's learn more facts about irrational numbers. So whether we add or multiply a number to a rational number or irrational number, we always get irrational number as the result. Similarly, when we subtract irrational number with a rational number, we always get an irrational number. And similarly, if we divide an irrational number with rational number, the answer will always be an irrational number. So there might be various types of questions based on these relations. Say for example, we have to prove that square root of 3 plus 2 is irrational number, and that is we have to prove that additional of irrational number plus a rational number is always irrational. Suppose root of 3 plus 2 is rational number, and hence we can write that root of 3 plus 2 is equal to ratio of integers a and b, where a and b are integers. So now if we want to keep root of 3 on the left hand side and if we want to move 2 on the right hand side, then we are going to apply 2 on both the sides. So we get root of 3 plus 2 minus 2 is equal to a upon b minus 2. Therefore, root 3 here 2 gets cancelled is equal to, so here if we multiply and divide by b, so we get a minus 2b upon b. And remember, both a and b are integers, and therefore a minus 2b will also be an integer, and we already know that b is an integer. So this means that root of 3 is nothing but a ratio of two integers, that is a minus 2b upon b. But we also know that root of 2, root of 3, root of 5 are all irrational numbers. So which means that root of 3 is nothing but an irrational number, and it is equal to nothing but a minus 2b divided by b, which is ratio of two integers, which means that a minus 2b divided b will be a rational number. So now we got irrational number is equal to rational number. So this statement cannot be true because irrational number cannot be equal to rational number. Hence, this will be a contradiction to the assumption that root of 3 plus 2 is a rational number. Therefore, we can conclude that root of 3 plus 2 is an irrational number.